What's happening, everybody in the VC? Craig here with another little bit of vinyl update, some cassettes, a couple of CDs, which I think I have pulled, some 7 inches, and some VCLT and CCLT. So, let's get right into it. VC cheer. Hope everybody's doing well, as always. Had some shitty ass weather here last night. Crazy storms, you know, wind, lightning, rain. Pretty nuts. Ended up losing power here last night, which I wasn't home for. I was at band practice, so I came home to a dark house and basically hung out in the dark until about 6 this morning when we got power back. But nothing like living in a house where you have tons of music, stereos, access to the internet, all that type of shit, all the stuff that you're used to doing, and then all of a sudden you're in the dark, you have nothing to do, no stereo to turn on, no internet to get onto, nothing. So I felt like out of the loop, not being able to check on posts on Facebook or watch any videos on YouTube. Lost. But every time, you know, every time and again, you need that. So good to kind of clear the head for a day. Alright, so let's get into what's playing in the background. Night Songs by Cinderella, their first album. I was listening to this one at work today on CD and was like, huh, I think it's worthy enough to be played in background music tonight. So, my lovely vinyl copy that I bought from Greeno recently. Thanks again, brother. Alright, let's see here. Where did I put the CDs? So I had a couple. Oh, they're over there. Okay. So those are my Goodwill finds. Alright, so we'll start off with my $3 Honey Hole. Like I said, they've been restocking at least once a week, I think. And I've been going there periodically looking for stuff. Went in there last Friday. Pick up something for LJ, which he already knows what he's got coming. And I thought about buying myself one. There was one album they had there, but I was kind of on the fence about it. I'd never heard it before, and I was like, well, I want to go home, listen to some clips, and then I'll go back and buy it, which I know it'll still be there. Other than that, they didn't really put too much stuff that I really needed. I was kind of surprised they really put out some more Beatles-type stuff, a couple Beatles albums, like George Harrison, All Things Must Pass, and like Concert for Bangladesh. You had those box sets, which I mean were in alright condition, you know, and I had them I think for like $5, $7, something like that, which is really cool. Good for the people that, you know, need them and don't want to spend a shitload of money on eBay. I've been lucky in being able to find both of mine for basically near mint for under 12 bucks a piece. One was 7, one was 11, so either way I can't complain, but a way to kind of bring in better traffic. But it sucks for me because I'm used to having all the 80s stuff and, you know, some more random hole filler stuff and things that I know nobody else will buy. So a lot more like 60s, 70s, stuff like that, which is cool. But it did put out a box of 45s, which I'm not a big 45 collector, but 25 cents a piece, some pretty cool titles in here. I couldn't leave them. He had a bunch of Beatles stuff. I mean, I think there was probably a good 8 or 9 total that they had there, but after I kind of picked out the ones that I thought were in pretty good condition, which I mean, that's saying a lot, because these were definitely well played. I thought about it and I just went ahead and put them back. I mean, there's no point in buying half-assing it. I mean, if I'm going to buy Beatles 45s, I want them to be halfway decent. The ones that I've got in my collection are pretty much shot, but those were originals that were from my grandma, so different story. These ones, on the other hand, they're shot and don't have picture sleeves or anything like that, so kind of pointless. But I mean, can't bitch for a quart, but I still did manage to pick up some really cool ones. Papa Was a Rolling Stone, The Temptations, vocal and instrumental. Nice white label promo of Windows by Missing Persons on both sides. This one is really cool. Really, really happy to find this. Dave Clark 5, Glad All Over. Back to bits and pieces. Rolling Stones, Undercover of the Night. Sex Drive. George Harrison, My Sweet Lord, back with Isn't It a Pity? Very cool. And the last one, which I found really, really cool, Talk Talk by the Music Machine, backed with Come On In. Not in perfect shape, but in really nice shape. So, like I said, not perfect, but I've never seen this before, so I had to pick it up. Alright, so those were the picks from my $3 spot. I'll be hitting up there, you know, pretty much periodically. I think every week I'm going to go and look, but I'm not buying anything really. Maybe 1 or 2 things a week. I'm really cutting my vinyl budget like into like a quarter. So really, like, I'm affording myself maybe 1 album a week, if that. Just because I'm trying to save up for the wedding coming up in another, well, like, year. But stuff I need to pay for, and then I also just made a huge purchase that I'm slowly, you know, accumulating the money to pay for, that you guys will see very shortly. It should be here tomorrow. Oh yeah. So, on to the Goodwill finds. Managed to pick up a batch of cassettes, as always. Always managed to find cool shit. Let's see here. Kind of organize them by which Goodwill I found them at. First stop in the morning, actually second Goodwill stop, is the first one where I was getting really good cassettes. Haven't been getting shit in lately, which kind of sucks, but did manage to find 2 at my second spot. Rolling Stones, December's Children, and the Smiths, self-titled. Very, very cool to find those 2. And then my next Goodwill stop, my last one in the morning, produced some cassettes, vinyl, and CDs. So we'll start with the cassettes first. Wish by The Cure. Very, very cool. A couple from the B-52s. So B-52s self-titled. Just a great album. Great album. Love this album. And Bouncing Off the Satellites. Just don't see B-52s all that often. And score on these ones, Travis will appreciate these. 3 from the mighty REM. So you got New Adventures in Hi-Fi, Fables of the Reconstruction, very good album, and a cassette Grail, Chronic Town EP. Oh yeah. Fuck yeah, I was stoked. All 3 of those REM tapes were together. I'm like, oh, hell no. That's fucking Chronic Town. You couldn't stop me from grabbing this. And it sounds good so far. I've played one side of it. I haven't been able to play both sides of it. 5-song EP, and I can't play both sides. But the one side sounded great. So, very, very happy about that. That brings the REM collection a little bit higher. I think I only, up to this point, I had Green, Out of Time, and Automatic for the People. So, just need Murmur, Reckoning, Life's Rich Pageant, Dead Letter Office, Document, Eponymous, Monster, so on. So, only 6 in the collection right now, but I mean, I've got everything on CD, got a bunch of vinyl, my dad's got a bunch of vinyl. No shortage of REM in this house. So, love REM. And for the vinyl, first, both were a quarter, not like essential buys, but I couldn't leave them there. First one, George Thorogood in the Destroyers, Bad to the Bone. Yeah, this one I already, like, I looked at it, and I mean, it looked like a fairly decent copy, not like perfect, but not destroyed. And as I was kind of holding it, I could tell it was warped, but I couldn't tell how bad. Got it home, tried spinning it, no luck. It was just like fucking surfing. So I put it in the flat. It took out the warp, but it's just, like I said, it wasn't a perfect copy. It's just kind of So tons of surface noise to it, some scratches. So I'm like, fuck it, you know. I've already got plans for what I can do with my excess vinyl that is shot, so, which I will show in like a year from now. Can't show it now. But other one I did pick up, Spring Session M by the Missing Persons. I've already had a copy of this for about 6 years now or so, but for a copy that the shrink's kind of tearing in spots, but it has the hype sticker, so a little bit better condition on the cover, and I think the vinyl is literally like neck and neck with my other copy that I have. So pretty nice, clean copy. So when it's an album that I love that much, I will probably own 2 copies. Kind of like if one starts to go, I have another backup. certain albums deserve that, and that album is fucking essential in any 80s collection and anybody who loves music. But who am I? Just a music fan. And like I said, a couple CDs as well. Frankie Goes to Hollywood, Welcome to the Pleasure Dome, which I already have on vinyl, but couldn't pass it up, and Red, White, and Crew by Motley Crue, 2-disc set that they assembled and put together when they reunited in 2005. Yep, 2005. Almost said 4. But didn't really need this, but it was only $3 there, and I'm like, fuck it, why not? Nice clean copy. It's in better shape than my dad's. So, very cool. Alright, on to the VC related stuff. Now what you guys have all been sitting here waiting for. First one up, made a purchase from fellow VC member Steve Darr. We had talked about this one and a couple others for a while, and just due to my financial situation and kind of what I was wanting condition-wise, this is the one that I decided to pick up from him, and very glad I did. Pink Floyd, Adam Hart Mother. Now this is a, we're pretty sure it's a second pressing, Yellow Harvest label. Beautiful, beautiful shape. Got me a killer deal on it. A little bit less than what you'd find it for on eBay, but in the same condition and everything else. So nice gatefold, covers in great shape. Got me a really great deal on it, and I couldn't pass it up. I've been needing this album for way too long. So just trying to fill in those last few holes in the Pink Floyd collection. Now it's just up to the expensive ones like Piper at the Gates of Dawn and I don't know what else I need. The More soundtrack, Obscured by Clouds, and then anything post A Momentary Lapse of Reason going forward. So, not the Die Hard Essentials, but at least Obscured by Clouds is one that I love that album, so I definitely want to have that one on vinyl. Alright, next set of VC related. This is getting into the VCLT. Thanks again, Steve. Really appreciate it. You're awesome, dude. Alright, next ones are from my boy, Jeff Ortiz. I had shown my copy of, I don't know if I'd shown it or talked about it or whatever, but my copy of Here's to Future Days by the Thompson Twins. Bought a sealed copy a while back and cracked it open. Vinyl was warped. Jeff saw the video, hit me up immediately, and was like, dude, I got an extra clean copy, I'll go ahead and send it away. So, very cool. So, another copy of Here's Future Days. Now this is just a cover. At this point I already put the nice vinyl in with my cover, so I'll put the cover off to the side. But, wouldn't be VCLT without sending something extra. So he also sent me a copy of Close to the Bone, which I did not have. I can't remember how many times I've seen this. Maybe once or twice I've seen this on vinyl around here, so very cool to have a nice copy of that. So, thank you, Jeff. Dude, once again, you always come through on the VCLT, so thank you again, brother. Alright, on to the next VCLT. From my fellow KISS Army brother, Eli. Dude. Alright, so he already hooked me up on the KISS stuff a couple weeks ago, and literally like immediately after that, not even maybe a couple days, something like that, after I got it, he shoots me a message on Facebook. It's like, dude, found these for you, I'm gonna pop them in the mail and get them out to you. And immediately he told me what he got, and I'm like, holy fuck, what do I owe you? And he's like, don't worry about it. I'm like, dude, you just hooked me up with all this other shit. So, but fucking hooked me up big time. Finally rounding out my KISS solo collection with Gene Simmons. Very cool. And, oh, so excited to see this on vinyl. Ace Frehley. Hope you're watching this, LJ. Yeah. So, Ace Frehley. Love this album. Love it. And brother, don't worry about the condition on these. I'm totally happy. So, just glad to have them. Eventually, I'll find upgrades, but it doesn't matter at this point. I'm still just super stoked to see all 4 KISS solos in the collection now. So, thank you on that. And we'd also talked about what KISS tapes I was still needing. So, said he'd come across some, so I gave him my list. He said, alright, I'll keep that in mind. And managed to pass along a couple. So, Kiss Alive, which I have not seen this on cassette since I think I was probably about 8 or 9. And I think it was at like a department drugstore type of place that I was at with my parents, and they were closing down and they had a clearance on everything in the store, and even cassettes were on clearance, but for some reason my dad wouldn't pick up Alive for me, and I don't know why. But finally got it on cassette, and here's where some fun is going to start getting involved here. Sent me a copy of Ace Frehley on cassette. So, very, very cool. I'm going to take this moment real quick to say thank you, Eli. You rule. Dude, helping me out big time with making 2013 the Kiss year. Between you and LJ and then Sean and whoever else. I can't remember your name. I'm really sorry about that, but you sent me Crazy Nights and another copy of Destroyer. So, very, very cool, Eli. You rule. Now here's where, like I said, the fun begins. So Eli sends me a copy of Kiss's Ace Frehley on cassette, right? Well, I didn't know that was coming. That was a big surprise. Now my brother, Travis, Vinyl and Video, sends me a text, it was last week, while he was out cassette digging. He sent me a picture of a cassette, and he's like, dude, do you have this? And I'm like, holy fuck, no way. So, popped it in the mail, totally cool about it. Also, this killer note. He was actually going to try and send me a copy of the Gene Simmons solo, because he knew I'd been on the hunt for that, and I told him, well, Eli's got a copy of it, and he's going to be sending it my way. And he's like, ah, shit, alright, well, that's cool. Well, either way, did send me something Kiss related, and I got both of these packages last night, and I about cracked up, and I didn't have any power, so I couldn't like show them on Facebook or do a quick, you know, video last night, but Kiss Ace Frehley on cassette. So very, very cool. I've played Eli's copy so far, and that's a pretty good copy. I haven't played this copy yet. I plan on keeping both, mainly because I've never seen this one on cassette, and I love this album. So if one decides to take a shit on me, I've got a backup. So thank you, Travis. You guys both, like some weird VC synchronicity where you both sent me a copy of this on cassette. So very, very cool. LJ, you watching this? 2 copies. And also, he sent me a picture of some of the cassettes that he had shown in his most recent Cassettes on Camera update. He had sent me a picture of some of the cassettes, and this one was in the picture. And I was like, holy shit, I really want that. Well, no, I didn't say that. I was like, oh, I'm jealous. That's totally cool. And so, since I expressed interest, he went and passed it on. Since he's not a huge metalhead guy, No Prayer for the Dying by Iron Maiden. Very, very cool. I love this album. Great tunes. Tail Gunner, holy smoke, I love that song. Fun one. Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter. There's some great songs. This is a great, great album. Fear of the Dark that followed this is a fucking barn burner. This is a great album too. So, dude, Travis, Eli, you guys totally nailing it with the Ace Frehley cassettes. But everything else, so both of you guys, thank you very much. Again, thank you to Steve for the Pink Floyd, The Rule, and thank you to Jeff for the Thompson Twins. Awesome. Love the VC. Totally, totally stoked. Happy. So, that pretty much wraps it up for the update. I got a big purchase coming tomorrow from a fellow VCer, and once I get that, I'll kind of update you guys on what that is. Let's just say I got a killer deal on it. I mean, like, really, really cheap for something that is I've been needing for way too long. I am way past due on needing this. And I'm actually going to stop the record here while I'm on camera. And like I said, this is something that I couldn't pass the deal on. So I'll be showing that, and really don't have any other purchases coming. I think there's some VC stuff that I actually kind of have in the wings, some possible VCLT type stuff. So once I get that, I'll show that. One eBay purchase. After that, I'm cutting myself off of eBay for a while, so no more eBay buying unless it's a fucking OG of some album and it's going for next to fucking nothing. Then maybe I'll buy it. But other than that, I'm trying to stay away from eBay altogether, just not tempting myself at all. And basically just really cutting the budget. So, like I said, the updates will be minimal, but I do have a possible series that it will be starting up probably next week or something like that. Just depends on how things go. And I'll show you guys what that is when I decide to start that up. So other than that, hope everybody's doing well, staying cool, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.